To become strong, one must tap into his inner savage and be the embodiment of rage, power, and innocence.
With the cage, I mean, it's almost immediately crowded around, and it's such a highlight moment for the whole event all day long. People are so excited just to see these huge lifts go down, and it really is like the center point for what this was all built upon, you know, just hard, heavy lifting. And every year since I've been watching him has always brought that raw, hard, gritty lifting, and to be in that cage, it's a pretty awesome experience.
The magnitude of it is once a year where all of our fans kind of come into Columbus, Ohio, and they are looking forward to it. They're like kind of like chomping at the bit to see us lift. But it's not only the lifting exhibitions as well, it's purchasing like the limited edition gear that Animal Pack comes up with, like either it's shirts or, you know, hats and stuff like that. And I think most of all that they look forward to mingling with us, you know. We're supported by this awesome company, but we were just like these fans that are just grinding, you know. The passion behind Animal, in my opinion, is that we find a way, we'll grind and put in the work no matter what.
To see Richard Hawthorne lift in the cage and to do his deadlifts was just unreal. You know what I mean? Because it was just like so emotional. Like he just can just draw the emotion out of everybody. It's pretty crazy.
If you ever notice, whenever he did the 600 before he started to tear up. That's kind of how I am, but I don't tear up. It's just it doesn't come out for me like that. But that's kind of how the emotion and energy that I feel like we kind of share in the same sense, because that kind of power and emotion, to be able to use that emotion for your lift, not everybody can do. It's very hard to do. Instead of letting your emotion take over you, you use your emotion to empower you.
That's the whole process, is just letting go. It's not a control thing. It's just, hey, I got this coming up. I'm doubting myself. I'm kind of scared. Face it, let it go. Whatever happens, happens. And knowing that that moment is about to happen, that's why it comes out. That's why those tears, the passion and all that comes out, is because I know, okay, this is that moment. Either I'm gonna face that moment or I'm gonna step back from that moment. And I want to be able to face that moment and make the best out of that moment.
Rob is a cool guy. He came to our meet in Boss of Bosses 3. He came out to Boss Barbell Club to do one of the ABC events that we had this year. It's definitely cool to see a guy who's just really starting to take off and, kind of come into his own element. The event that he's doing, making 2,000 total in 90 seconds, I gotta say, I don't think he's gonna be able to do it in 90 seconds. That seems like way too much to do in that short of a time for a guy that's that big, but the total itself should be easy for him, so maybe he does it like it's like a CrossFit workout. I'm sure whatever he does, it'll be pretty awesome, because the dude is really strong. He's got, all 3 lifts are really big.
Right before I do a lift, I say the last 30 seconds. There's a thing I like to say is, to become strong, one must tap into his inner savage and be the embodiment of rage, power, and innocence. So beforehand, I get extremely angry. It's usually like the worst pain I've ever felt, but anything that's ever happened bad to me is any struggle, any kind of pain. It's terrible. It hurts. I put all that into like a little ball into my stomach, and it's usually the worst thing that I've ever felt in my life. But the last 10 seconds, I let it all go and become at peace with myself. So I go from just an instant snap of a finger from being the most angry person I could ever be to being the most peaceful. It's all about precision when you're doing the weights like that. During the lift, and then right as soon as I rack it, bam, I'm happy, I'm excited. You can see it on my face, and I kind of let all that energy go all over again. This is kind of how I am. It's something that people kind of always noticed about me. It's not a persona, it's not a trick, it's not something I do for likes. That physical emotion is everything I use in my lift. It's just those last 10 seconds before it just becomes peaceful, and then everything's all back to normal right after that. So like I said, the things that go through my mind, they're terrible. I use that as fuel to make sure I complete the lift, and I put everything I have into it. No matter if it's doing a 2,000-pound total in 30 seconds or a full meet, that entire meet, every lift, I'm doing it like it's probably going to be the last lift I ever do. It might, I don't know. So I treat everything like it's literally going to be the last thing I do. That's how I lift.
It was the most insane thing I've ever seen, especially right there being a few feet away from it. It was really, really cool. And like I said, I'm not a power lifter by any means, but that just motivated me, just in a way that the human body can actually do that. It was just the coolest thing I've ever seen.
The enjoyment and the euphoric feeling I get after my meets or after I hit my last deadlift, no matter if I make it or not, I'm literally feeling a ton of joy. And that's kind of like my driving force to keep doing what I'm doing when I'm training. The training part sucks. I don't know anybody who actually likes to enjoy training at the level I'm at. But the meat part to it, that's the results of those hard days of work, the long nights. It's like capturing a dove, like Bill Kazmaier told me. You hold on to that dove for a little bit, but then you let it go, because then there's gonna be another one coming. So you get to hold on to that piece for a little bit, and then you let it go and get ready for the next one.